Microphone. Oh, all right. Did y'all hear that? I think there's sound now. I probably shouldn't just tap my microphone really hard. Let me turn down. There we go. All right. That should control it a little bit. Savage Saint, what's going on, man? Oh, I previously said, what up, Lucky Butter, Matt Logic 44, Mark Rose, and now Savage Saint. I don't know what's going on with this software. I always have to, like, I set up the live stream one way, and then when I come to live stream, I have to redo everything completely. So I don't know what's going on. But we're here now. And that's the good part. That's what I'm talking about. I like those custom emojis. Oh, how's everybody been? It's good. All right. Last time I know I was a little bit oh, what is the word? Out of sync with my video, and that could cause some confusion. But I'm here now. This is live. This is me. The voice should sound like, or the voice sound should go with the mouth now. Except I might just start like talking like this, and then people will come in and be like, "Oh man, it's still not the audio was still not synced up properly," and they'll think there's an issue instead. I might not. That takes a lot of work from my mouth. A lot of mouth work. Rick Jones, what's going on, man? Says ahoy mateys. It's funny you say ahoy mateys. Actually, I don't know if this guy's a pirate. Um, Remember last time I wasn't on camera and I was rearranging stuff. I put shelves in here. Those are shelves right there. I found some things that I had. I forgot that I had, and I don't know if he's a pirate, but little One Piece guy. It's a cool little figure. It's a little small guy. You can put this in your little fifth pocket in your jeans, and carry him around everywhere you go. Has the angry face with the beard, so it's like the world's smallest drunk. It's cool. I like it. MadLodge44 says display looks nice. Thank you. Thank you. It's a way for me to get more things out and seen. So I was like, what's the best way to do that? Probably actually put them on display. I still need to fill the bottom three shelves, but otherwise I like it. It's easy too because like if I want to go grab a figure, I can just look for it and be like, there it is. Doing my 9,000. What's going on, man? But I did have to take. I used to have my photos displayed on there. Oh, right here. I used to have my photos displayed all on that wall. I had to take those photos down, and they're over there in a pile now. So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. I'm gonna figure out where to put them on. Up here somewhere. I got some blank space, so we'll figure it out. Rick Jones says everyone needs more shelves. That is so true. I still need more shelves than what I have. Yeah, so it's interesting. But yeah, hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Um, what are we, oh, we're talk toy news real quick. Mezco has the Dark Knight Rises Batman. Dubai 9000 says, wait, which wall is this? This is the same wall that I had. I might even take down this whiteboard. I used to put stuff on that whiteboard. I might take it down. I'm not quite sure yet. I do kind of like the fact that it's there because when I do have ideas, I can throw them on there. But I was thinking about putting shelves there instead. But I might leave those. I do like those. I have my Proxxon cutter right next to it. So if I have an idea, I can just whoop, 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 sketch it up real quick. Have used my Proxxon cutter again. It was fun. It's fun to use. I like it. I like cutting things. I like cutting foam. I like cutting cardboard. Love cutting cheese. Uh, Probably top three things I love to cut. But yeah, I've been finding other figures, and I'm like, man, I forgot to enjoy these fully to the full extent. Like the whole was it Crime Syndicate? Is that what it's called? The Starro Bath Wave. I put together Starro, and then I never really messed with the figures. I did keep Owlman on me, for a little bit because I like that figure. But like I never really messed with these other ones. Because they have this one, they have the Superman, Superwoman, and then Owlman. Um, these aren't bad figures. How we everybody rags on McFarlane, but sometimes they knock it out the park. This guy's pretty cool. I do like this one. Green Lantern. But yeah, I mostly got it for the bath, for the Starro bath. But I did like this one. Let's see. Rick Jones says Mesco not as good as in art Batman. I don't think it is. I also think that the in art Batman will probably be more articulated, and also it's cheaper. It's like half the price of McFarlane of Mezco, which is crazy. Mezco, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you're listening, back up off that shipping price, man. It doesn't cost that much. I am well aware. Rick Jones says, I've been known to cut the cheese myself. Hey, alright, fellow cheese cutter. Doombot 9000 says, melted plastic and cheese. Not if it's provolone, that's a fancy cheese. Actually, my wife started making me get provolone cheese. She read something. She was like, what cheese can we get besides American for our sandwiches and cheeseburgers? And I was like, provolone is fancy. I put it on fish sticks mostly, but we can put it on ham and turkey. And prosciutto. Put on prosciutto. No, we don't put on prosciutto. Prosciutto, my wife made me buy. She was like, ooh, have you ever had prosciutto? I said, yeah, one time I cashed my income tax check and I went and got prosciutto instead of ham. I felt real fancy and baller-like. Lucky Bird says, are you grabbing the Mezco Dark Knight Batman? I don't think so. The Christian Bale head sculpt looks amazing on it, but they gotta come off that shipping price. That shipping makes it ridiculous. When you're paying like 25 to 30% of the full cost on shipping, that's insane. It doesn't cost that much to ship things from another country. It's very bizarre. Rick Jones says, fancy up your fish sticks. That's right. Numa 9000 says, I'm a pepper jack kind of guy. You know, I don't like pepper jack cheese very much. There's some cheeses that I'll try and I'm like, yeah, I like this. Pepper jack, I'm like, y'all put vegetables in cheese? That's disgusting. What is y'all problem? It was weird to me. I was like, did this cheese fall on the floor where a salad was being made and then y'all just picked it up right there and started slicing it? I don't know about that one. Rick Jones says, I like most cheese but Swiss. I like Swiss cheese. I don't like that you don't get the full slice because of the holes. That's kind of messed up. You're paying full price for a slice of cheese and it has holes in it, so you're actually missing cheese. Like if I go to Wendy's and I say, you know what, let me go ahead and substitute and get Swiss cheese, and they're like, we gotta charge you 80 cents for it. I'm like, what if I switch to cheddar? They'd be like, what's 80 cents? Okay, Swiss cheese has holes in it. It should be 65 cents. I don't like this whole cheese monopoly they got. Whoa, hold up. Savage Saint says it actually pairs best with the prosciutto and a peroxide. Hold the prox on. Oh, I've never had. You know what? One of my homies, he's from Mexico, and that fool, he gargles peroxide. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I gargle peroxide. Now, I don't mean to sound insensitive. He is a homosexual friend of mine, and I was like, is that what? He goes, no, man. I was like, my bad, dude. I never heard of that. Go on, continue to tell me your peroxide story. That's on me. I misunderstood. I didn't know the culture. My fault. But yeah, he gargles peroxide. I don't know what it's for. Savage Saint says, no peroxide, LOL, glass of wine. It's a peroxide. Lucky Butter says, Storm Collectibles kick you to the curb with their massive discount the moment their stock becomes available. Now, Mezco's losing with the simple shipping prices. Agreed, those prices are silly. And it's like, you can buy some of the Mezco stuff from Entertainment Earth for free shipping because it's over $79.99 or something like that. or from Big Bad Toy Store for $4 free shipping, but then you don't get the Mezco points. So it's like, it's one or the other. Rick Jones says, I like to eat Munster cheese and think of the Munsters. Oh, you know, back when I was a kid, I didn't, I, my parents, my mom, I say my parents, my dad was at work. My mom took me and my sister and her friend to go see the Addams Family movie when it first came out, the one with Christina Ricci and Christopher Lloyd and Raul Julia. I was so confused because I thought the Munsters were the Addams Family, and so I was confused with why they changed the name. And then my mom was like, "No, that's a different show, dummy." And I was like, "Mom, you can't call me that." She's like, "It's the 80s or 90s. I can call you whatever I want." So that's fair enough. Matt Logic 44 says, that's not uncommon. Listerine used to be a floor cleaner. Was it Fabuloso? Ugh. I can't imagine drinking that. Like, chug, chug, chug. Ugh. It does smell good, though. I cleaned my driveway with it before. Dubai Nathan says, how do his teeth look, though? You know, his teeth were pretty good. That makes, I guess that's what the peroxide does. But like, I don't know, peroxide's weird. Like when you put it on a cut, it starts bubbling and stuff. It's gonna bubble like that in my mouth. If I have a cut, I probably shouldn't have cuts in my mouth, but y'all understand what I'm saying. Um. Oh yeah. By the way, when I was rearranging, I lost my jewelry. I have no idea where I put it down. That's why I don't have anything on me right now. I just want to let y'all know that in case y'all are like, Sonny, did you get robbed? I didn't get robbed. It's somewhere in here. I should probably finish straightening it up. That way I can find it. But Lucky Butter says no one else uses Fabuloso for mouthwash. I always feel fabulous afterwards. Man, it would make your breath smell amazing, like a laundromat. No, but who else was it? SH Figure Arts brought out that Gamerverse Spider-Man. Was it SH Figure Arts? Yeah, SH Figure Arts, right? Or Mofx. I'm all confused. Where's my phone? I think it's SH Figure Arts. Let me just double check that. Because I can't remember now. By the way, Toyco has that for pre-order if y'all are looking for it. Toyco on Facebook. Shout out to Andrew Yen. Actually, Andrew Yen, Toyco also has The Dark Knight for $120 shipped with a $15 non-refundable discount required. And that's $120 shipped for him if you're looking for that Dark Knight figure. Let's see. Trying to find. Saberstein says honey maple turkey, ham, Munster cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, mayo, salt, and pepper is my go-to hero. My go-to hero is Spider-Man. No, so my sandwiches I like to do. Okay. Let's put it. Okay. If I do honey baked turkey, it has to be honey baked ham with bacon, but it can't be smoky bacon. It throws it off too much. Like Applewood smoked bacon. And it can be with American cheese, but I prefer provolone cheese on that. Or if it's black cracked pepper turkey, then I have to have Black Forest ham with it. That can have any sort of bacon with it. No, not necessarily a hickory style bacon, but like regular bacon. Provolone cheese again. In bread, I guess. I do toast it. I toast my sandwiches all the time. People at work get mad because they're like, "Who's using the air fryer?" And it's always me. And it's because I'm air frying a sandwich. And they're like, "You air fry everything?" I'm like, "Yes, I do, all the time." Everything I take to work, I air fry. Logic 44 says begins to think it was a doppelganger. No, no, it's just me without the adornments on me. And this is not a rubber band; it's a little silicone wedding band. We had to get these when I got married because our rings weren't gonna be ready for the wedding ceremony, and so we found silicone rings. Found these still got these. Rick Jones says brie is a good cheese snack. You know what's a good cheese snack? Goldfish. John to the Ross says, yo, what's up, y'all? Rick Jones says, now I'm getting hungry. Like Butter says, just double checking that's a dry erase board behind you and not a brand new installed drywall. No, that's a dry erase board. That's why it has that huge glare right there from my ring light. I wanted to have light up my face today for y'all. Lucky Butter says, do you like the banana peppers on your sandwiches? Those are always tasty in a sandwich. I don't like much vegetables, so that's a vegetable. So no. The vegetables that I like, you wouldn't put in a sandwich. Except potatoes. You can put french fries in a sandwich. But you can't put carrots or corn in the sandwich. That would be weird. Savage Saint says, bacon and cracked pepper turkey are good calls. Bam. Seal of approval right there. Dubai 9000 says, the snack that smiles back. Savage Saint says, the whiteboard is for recipes and toy mathematics. Yes, that's the toy mathematics. Dry erase boards. John to the Ross says, mayo is a must on my sandwiches. I feel like Plasty sent you to say that. Mayo is disgusting. Mayo is gross. Because I was talking to somebody and they were like, I was eating mayonnaise that expired like 4 months before and I didn't even know. I'm like, that's how bad mayonnaise is. You don't know that it's spoiled even when it's spoiled. And I was like, how was the diarrhea? And she was like, it wasn't pleasant. And I was like, yeah, don't eat mayonnaise. Or Miracle Whip. I know it's the same thing to me. Apparently it's not to mayonnaise people. One time my ex had sent me to the store, to HEB, and was like, give me some mayo. And I got mayo. And then I got Miracle Whip. I got back home. She was like, this isn't mayo. And I was like, yeah, it is. It's right there. It's white, nasty stuff. And apparently it's not. And we ended up getting a divorce. And I'm not sure if it was just the mayonnaise Miracle Whip mix up. It might have also been that she was an adulterer. But I'm pretty sure the Miracle Whip thing played into her decisions to start cheating. That's probably what it was. I was like, wow, why'd you cheat on me? And she was like, I told you not to get Miracle Whip. I sent you for mayo. And I was like, what? No, I'm just kidding. I didn't cry. Let's see. Ew, Miracle Whip, says John to the Ross. Miracle Whip is sweet. I thought that's what, I guess condiments. Mustard's gross too. Like, I didn't know I had a gag reflex until my mom one time was like, Sonny, put this mustard on my sandwich. And John to the Ross says the miracle divorce. That'd be hilarious, man. Like, if we actually went to court and they're like, cite your differences. And she was like, he bought Miracle Whip instead of mayo. And I'm like, what? And they'd be like, is that true, Mr. Castillo? You don't listen? I go, I'm sorry, repeat the question. No, but yeah, Miracle Whip. No, mustard's gross though. One time my mom was like, Sonny, put this mustard on my sandwich for me. And I had her sandwich and I opened it. We were in the car. That's why I was in this confined area. I wasn't in my small little kitchen at home like, oh, let me put this right here. We were in the car. And I squeezed the packet of mustard. And when I squeezed it, I went, and she was like, what are you doing? Get away from my sandwich. And she snatched her sandwich away from me and I stopped gagging. That's when I realized I don't like mustard. Doombot 9000 says, I mistaken Miracle Whip before. I hate both. Savage Saint says, bad news, cheating aside. Every aioli you eat is a mayo base. I told someone that. They didn't believe me because I don't eat mayo. They're like, oh, I don't really like this aioli. And I was like, do you like mayonnaise? And they were like, I love mayonnaise. And I'm like, well, that's what aioli is. And they were like, no, 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 you're mistaken. I was like, all right, whatever. And then I Googled it. That's what I do. When when I say something and someone's like, you are wrong, I go Google it to prove that I'm right. Not to prove that I'm right, I'm sorry. To educate them on the subject. I go Google it right away. That's what I love about having a phone right in my hand the whole time. Mad Logic 44 says, I'd leave someone over Miracle Whip. Gross. That's going to be the theme of tonight. What food would you leave someone over? I just realized this camera's like really crooked, isn't it? Because that board is straight. The dry erase board is straight. Uh, like Butter says, Mayo and Miracle Whip are totally different. Ew toward the Miracle Whip. Miracle Mayo poser. Prescribed John, what's going on, man? Savage Sense says, Sunday out here raw dogging Sammy's no condiments. That's right, baby. Raw. Uh, someone was telling me they're like, how do you like your sandwiches? And I was like, basically meat and bread and cheese. Cheese too. Cheese is important. John to the Raw says, that's super dry raw dog. Ouch. But then you toast it and it tastes delicious that way. Also, I apparently I made a mistake with my youngest son. The other day I was going to the store to get some groceries and I said, hey fool, you want anything from the grocery store? And he said, ooh dad, can you buy me some toast? And I was like, you don't buy toast, you buy bread and then you toast it yourself. I don't understand this. I don't understand what you're asking for. And he was like, grandma buys me toast all the time. I was like, I don't think that's what she's doing. But turns out she was buying him toasted bread from Starbucks, and I was unaware. But I showed him. I googled it, proved to him that you don't buy toast. No, I toasted him some bread, put butter on it. He was like, "Wow, this is good." I was like, "Yeah, that's right." I mean, I guess it's kind of my fault. This fool's over 9 years old, and I've only ever given him tortillas with his breakfast, so he didn't know the concept of toast, which is crazy to me. I was like, man, I don't know. I might have them hold you back a year for that one, dude. Lucky Butter says, speaking of condiments, since you don't like most condiments, do you have an exception on using hot sauces? Which do you like if you use hot sauce? I don't do sauces. I do dry rubs only. Raw dogging and dry rubs. That's what I'm all about. Um, I love I love hot chicharrones. What are they called? I'm drawing a blank on this. I don't know what they're called. Whatever chicharrones are called in English, I like those, but I like them hot. But they have the dry powder on them though. And I used to eat Diablito snow cones, which also have chili powder on them. Like, ugh, that'd be gross if they had hot sauce in there. Yeah, I don't do sauces. I'll do gravy. I will do gravy, brown or white gravy. I'll do gravy. I'll do gravy with my bacon and eggs. That's delicious. It's probably bad for your arteries, but it tastes good. Your boys got swords. What's going on, man? Says, did y'all know Sonny got a mayonnaise colored Benz? He pushed Miracle Whips. She kept that in the divorce. She kept the mayonnaise colored Benz. Uh, that's funny, dude. I like that. Johnson Ross says, I like the Tabasco, Chipotle, and Red Hot for an everyday hot sauce. Not for the hot, but for the taste and tang. Well, it's like, I don't know, because I guess the chili powder is, I don't know if it's hot. I like the flavor of it, though. If that makes pork rinds. Obi-Wan should go in this. Thank you. Pork rinds. I was like, what is the word I'm looking for right now? Pork rinds. Oh, chicharrones are pork rinds in English. Rick Jones says gravy is a bread with meat grease. Oh man, meat grease is amazing. Uh, I don't know. You know, a lot of people like don't really dare me to do a lot of things, but I think if someone was like, "Hey, son, I dare you to drink this cup of meat grease," I might. Meat grease is pretty good. Like when I'm eating something, meat, and the meat grease gets all in my hand, I'll like, I'll lick that off my hand. It's amazing. Your boys got toys says long time no Sonny work early Mondays now. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. I gotta break the news to y'all. Starting in October, I have to go into work every single Monday, which means for a minimum of 6 months, they're changing our schedules around or whatever. So I gotta be in early on Mondays every Monday. So unfortunately, we're gonna put the Sundays with the Sonny channel on pause. I'll still live stream randomly, but the Sundays with the Sonny channel will be on pause officially. What's the word I'm looking for? On hiatus. I know I took a hiatus before. Um, it's gonna happen again because for 6 months they're gonna try this new schedule thing out, and so I won't be able to stay up late on Sundays, which sucks. Yeah, I don't like that. But I have to pay bills. Go live Saturday. I thought about that. I almost thought about that, Rick Jones, about picking like a Saturday or something to do it. I might. But hit the little notification button on my channel wherever it's at. And because I will go live randomly. Lucky Butter says, you really like keeping it raw, it seems. LOL, the no, no rice washing makes a lot of sense now. Just raw rice down to hash. That's right, baby. Uh, Rice weevils and all. Johnson Ross says, gravy on anything. Right? It tastes good. You know what I don't like though? What is it called? Cream corn? Is that what gravy? I don't know how they make cream corn. To me, cream corn is rice inside of gravy. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't like that. Not a big fan. Lucky Butter says, Doom by 9000 same. I love Valentina too. Oh, I saw that. Doom by 9000. I use Valentina. Let's see. Johnson Ross says, do you like toast by itself? No butter. No. Toast gotta have butter. Butter, possibly cinnamon. Cinnamon's delicious too. Your boy's got toys says, okay, well that's not my fault, guys. Sorry. It's not his fault. It's my employee's fault, so I'll put it on them. We gotta we're trying to figure out how to be more productive, and so everybody's losing telework days, and I'm losing my Mondays. My every other Monday, I'm losing that. Oh, says, yeah, Sunday hiatus. Yes. It won't be, I can't, because I won't be able to use the Sundays thing. Oh, we'll figure something else out. Even if it's on my drive home from work. Obi-Wan Chingona says, I just discovered Tabasco Sriracha hot sauce and it's mind-blowingly delicious. Wait. Oh, I was like, isn't Sriracha Tabasco competition? That's crazy. That's like if Marvel and DC made a figure together. Mark G, what's going on, man? You missed it. We've been talking about mayonnaise and hot sauces. I like that people are gonna pop in here like, this is a toy channel. Why are they talking about sandwiches? That's what we do. We're talking about sandwiches. Talk about real life stuff, like sandwiches. Lucky Butter says, it always seems like this time of the year the stream schedule does take a hit. Seems like more driving tutorial streams, toy review lives at the same time. Yeah, that's what I tend to go with. The thing too that sucks though, in Texas right now, if it's too hot, I gotta figure out a place to place my phone to live stream, because when I have it on the windshield and when it's too hot, it overheats and then it shuts off and gets all crazy. So I gotta set up my truck properly, basically. Mark Z says, quick recap, mayonnaise, was Plasty here? Plasty was not here. He sent John to the Ross to bring up mayonnaise. John to Ross says, I do favor vinegar-based hot sauce, Louisiana, Texas Pete. You know, I don't eat either of those, but I did win a skateboard deck from Texas Pete at X Games. Man, I want to say probably about 10 years ago. I went to the Texas Pete booth, and they're like, hey, you want to win this skateboard? I said, I sure do. And they're like, all right. And then I entered, and then I won. But they don't know what a skateboard is because it was just a deck. I had no trucks, no wheels, nothing. They didn't even take. I don't even think it has grip on there. It's just straight up just the deck. I was like, I don't think y'all know what a skateboard is. That'd be like, hey, you want this free car, and it was just a set of tires. Do by 9,000 says, just remember it's gotta have alliteration. Yes, I gotta figure it out. It might be Sonny swerving side to side with the Sonny channel, cause I'll be driving my car, my truck. I have to sit up straight for my truck, either my car like that, or in my truck like this. 2 and 10. John to the Ross. Good idea. I actually thought of that. Put your phone on the AC vent. However, when I'm live streaming through YouTube, I can't use an external mic, and then all you hear is the AC behind the microphone. If I can find a streaming service that's not that duck one that I used to use. What's that duck one called? StreamYard. Cause StreamYard be having issues. I don't know. I don't know how I feel in StreamYard anymore. But I think I can use an external mic with that. So I might have to go through that. Lucky Butter says, oh wait. Mark Z says, I've always wanted to try Duke's mayonnaise. In terms of hot sauce, I like Cholula and Frank's. They taste good, but I grew up on Sriracha. I was all like, Sriracha? How did you grow up on Sriracha? It's only like 10 years old. But I forget. I'm an old person. Like Butter says, just put a hat over the phone, keeping the sun off the device. I tried that too. I used what did I use? A cloth. I used a piece of cloth or something like that to try to do it, and it didn't do anything. It was getting on my nerves. Jonathan Ross says, sounds like you got a snowboard. Yeah, basically this is what they gave me. Like, hey, you want this little small snowboard? Mark Z says, hey, Hobby Genki announced the Moffat Spider-Man Ben Reilly reissue. But is Hobby Genki one of the Japanese companies that is not going to be selling to America for right now? I thought it was them. Maybe it's Ami. Someone is not going to sell to Americans right now. They're like, nah. Y'all got tariffs and all kinds of nonsense. We're not selling to y'all right now. So they're letting you put it all on hold like a pile of loot, and then it goes from there. Luck Butter says, or the darkest tint on just your windshield, another window has the tint job. In Texas, it's illegal to do that. Like, it's illegal to tint that front windshield too much. I'm thinking if I mount it to my passenger side window, and then I'll just be like driving blah 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 blah. Hey guys, and I turn to the side like this, and then I think that might work out. But I'm still trying to figure it out. Also, I got all these different types of mounts now that I might be able to mount it from somewhere in the top console area. Johnson Ross says, oh, okay, that makes sense. Johnson Ross says headphones. See, that was the other thing. I have my little Google Pixel earbuds, but if I stream through YouTube on my cell phone, it doesn't allow me to use an external microphone. It's really weird. It doesn't make it. Oh, you know what? It's been about a year since I tried that. Maybe they do. Maybe they have changed. I'll tell you what. Yeah, I might have to try it out this week and see what happens. Mark C says, Sonny forgets that I was born right before the 2000s hit. Yeah, you were born right before Y2K. You didn't have to worry about Y2K. We were scared. We were terrified. We were petrified. Thinking how I could live without you by my side. I spent so lonely nights thinking how you did me wrong. I don't know the rest of the words. Do my 9,000 says, put it on the back of the sun blocker thingy. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I think with this mount that I have, I have it mounted up here. I don't even have nothing on there. I'm going to try to use this mount right here. This is a newer. I don't know how to pronounce that. I love this mount right here. In fact, this is my second one. Not because I love the mount so much I had to buy a second one, but because I forgot my mount when I went to do a comedy show and they said, no, there's no mount here. So I had to buy another one. But I love this mount right here. You can do all kinds of different maneuvers with it, and it has this little clippy thing you can clip on. Dude, this mount is dope. I love this mount right here. And see, it locks in whenever you put it right there. It locks the little ball head too. Not bald head, not less. Ball head right there. But yeah, I love this little mount right here. This is actually a lot of times when I record reviews and stuff, this is mounted right in front of me. Well, not like that, but it's mounted right in front of me, and that's how I'm usually recording reviews and videos and stuff now. But yeah, I love that mount. I'll try it. I'll figure it out. Let's see. Mark Z says, I thought it was just one of their shipping options, but I think HG and maybe HLJ mentioned holding items for customers. Yeah, that's one thing. I thought it was Hobby Genki. Maybe it was Hobby Link Japan or Ami. It was one of them, but they were like, we're not going to... They'll sell to you, but they won't ship it to you. So yeah, that's the thing that sucks about it. Johnson Ross says, weird. Marcy says, I just realized your camera and audio is actually not bad this time. I can't forget about that video loop. That was funny to me. I went back and looked at the video. I was like, wow, this is really confusing. Marcy says, you had Y2K, we had 2012, I guess. 2012 was interesting because when Y2K passed, we're like, all right, now we only got 12 more years until we die according to the Mayan calendar. And so we had that too. We had 2012 as well. I used to have a stand-up joke about that. I would go on stage and be like, it was already 2013 when I was doing the joke. But I would say, I just bought a Mayan calendar yesterday because it was on clearance. And people would laugh. I said that one time there was a group of drunks at my show. And the guy was like, he's saying that because according to the Mayan calendar, the world's going to end in 2012. And so since it did end in 2012, that's why it's on clearance, because it's old. Like, you know when you get an old calendar and the months already passed and it's on clearance? That's what he's talking about. And I know he said that because it was a small venue, and I waited for him to finish explaining it because I wanted to hear how he explained that joke. Savage Saint says, or just drive safely. Yeah, I'll drive safely too. Johnson Ross says, December 31st, 1999, 11:59. Folks were scared. Poor people weren't, though. We didn't have money in the banks. We didn't have money in the bank. We didn't have computer. We barely had a phone line, probably not even in our name. So we weren't really scared. We're like, man, erase all that. Take away the debt, please. And then we were so devastated when nothing happened. Mark Z says, do I need that for my phone for photos? Probably. You know what? It does work, too, because then if you have a little Bluetooth remote for your phone, you can just mount it on there and you just hit the little shutter button the whole time. By the way, this is another nice little purchase to have right here. I think these are like $6 or something like that. You can get these on Amazon. They're really good. I might throw an affiliate link. I might clip this little part and be like, hey, go buy this little remote so you can take steady pictures. Unlike Marcus Yee. Go to Amazon. I might advertise that, put my affiliate link there. Marcus Yee's going to be like, dang it, why'd you have to call me out? Marcy says, we'll hold for you until the tariff situation clears up. So, like, after 2029. Yeah, that you're going to have a vintage figure by the time that gets all cleared up. Marcy says, imagine getting historical facts from a drunk person. Dude, they had drunk history? Drunk history was pretty good. Johnson Ross says, my R&B swimsuit calendar. Dude, when I was still single, I found out that a homie of mine made beats for Maya, and he refused to give me her personal phone number. I was like, I'm not gonna harass her. I'm just gonna ask her out on one date. If she doesn't like Miracle Whip, even better. But he never gave me her number. And then she went on to continue to be a superstar. But if that had happened, I wouldn't be here. So I guess y'all can be thanking him that I never hooked up with Maya. I'd have to be like a boy toy or something. Ugh, it's so demeaning. It's not demeaning. Marcy says, take notes for photo stand and clicker. Yeah, I'll send you the links, man. That, like I said, this thing right here, I can't remember the full price of it, but I think sometimes it's on sale for like 19 bucks. It doesn't come with this mount though. You have to have actual a mount for it. But this is actually a new and improved version. Uh, it has this little dial here, so that way, because sometimes I'll be having my sometimes I have this camera on here too, and I don't want to like spin it around like that because it has a cord attached. So you just plop it on there and spin it down, and it secures it on there. I love this mount, dude. Love that mount. Mark C says, "Yeah, why'd you have to call me out?" I didn't, did I? I give you a shout out, is what I think you mean. Johnson Ross says, "Maya with the heart and the jewelry face." Yeah, my man. She didn't age. It's very weird. She didn't age. Like she came out and she was like, I don't know, 22, and she's still 22. It's very weird. But yeah, he used to make beats for her. Marksy says, I feel like I need to get more lights. Dude, if you like lights, I got all kinds of stuff right here. These also Neewer. I don't know how to pronounce the name. But I love these lights right here. Uh these are the ones that I use to take my photos. Like it has colors. You can switch up the colors on it however you want. Can't see the light itself, but look at my hands. That's changing the colors. And then you can change the what is it called? The intensity of the color. So you can see it kind of going lighter like that. So you can change the intensity of the color. And you can also change, let me get all the way up, the intensity of the actual light. So you can make it a little bit more subtle like that. Until it's all the way off. Or boom, right there, barely. But yeah, these lights right here too. These are dope too. I actually have 3 of them because I like to put them on different spots. But yeah, no, I love these lights though. These you can get on sale a lot of times. A lot of times they're on sale. Mark Z says you're so close to saying a bad word every time you pronounce that name. It's not a bad word for us though. We can say no. I'm just kidding. There's a controversy right now between whether or not Mexicans can say that word or not. I've been seeing a lot of Mexicanos talking about it on different podcasts and stuff. And then some people are asking black people if it's okay for Mexicans to say it. Some black people are saying yes, and some black people are saying no. It's very interesting times to be alive right now. But yes, Neewer lights, Neewer camera mount. Actually, the only reason I bought these smaller things is because I have strobes from them for my Canon camera, with the triggers as well. I think are Neewer as well. Yeah, they are. Why do I just have like all my camera equipment right here in front of me? But yeah, this is for my Canon camera, but the triggers and the strobes I have are from Neewer, so I like that brand. Mark C says, I got 3 lights from Mario, but I feel like I need more, or at least some stands to hold them because I can't keep shaking it, holding it. Yeah, dude, you should get some stands. So I was like, should I bust out my stands too? Just buy you some little tripods. They're not too difficult to find. You can probably go like Five Below and find little tripod stands. Doom by 9000 says, I use the Ulanzi. That's another. Can y'all just like light companies? Can y'all just make the word easy for us to read? Ulanzi light cubes. I also need more. I do like the light cubes. They're more expensive. That's the only thing about the light cubes. Let's see. Where? So I do have Ulanzi right here, but it's their fogger. So I do have a fogger from them with the fog juice and all that stuff. This is cool. I've only used it like once or 3 times. Um, Definitely not twice. It's either once or 3 times that I've used it. I also have a little Ulanzi. I do have one of their light cubes. I do like it. It's pretty intense, but I just like the versatility of these right here. Plus, you can make these white as well, and use them to do video recordings. And then if you want to take the diffuser off, the diffuser comes off as well, and so it's a little bit more intense that way. But I like these, and then they have mounts on them, so you could technically, if you wanted to, get all crazy. You can mount a light on a light if you wanted to. So you can basically, if you have a bunch of them, you can make a full panel of lights with these. So I do like these a lot. I can't remember if my Alonzo Cube does, because for some reason that's not right in front of me, like everything else has been. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Mark C says tech showcase with Sonny. I thought about doing that before, like doing reviews for different stuff for camera or for toy photography. But then I was like, you know what? Nobody really comes to my page for the toy photography. They're like, what? What did he do that's stupid? That's what I came here for. Marcy says, I might be my 20, but I'm old. Dude, you're not that old. I'm old. I was messing around. I was like playing with my little kid, like being too rough, I guess. And then I went and I put a laundry basket down and threw out my back for like the past 4 days. It just started feeling better yesterday. That's old. I'm like, dang it, man. I guess I'm old now. So now my kid's like, Dad, can you come play with me? I said, no, because I was not an irresponsible teen that had you when I was 16. I waited till I was an adult and had a good job before I had you. So no, I can't play with you because now I'm old. And then I got to shove him and like stiff arm him. Mark C says, I had to plan to get some set pieces for a photo, but I haven't found them yet. What kind of set pieces are you getting? Now I want to know. Mark C, that's kind of cool, the connecting lights. Yeah, I haven't really connected them, used them for a shoot or for a photo to connect them. Like I never needed to, but I just like the fact that you can. And then like if I ever use it for just for a camera light, so I can do some recording or whatever, I can mount a microphone on top. Because I do use a little Rode microphone. That's what I'm using now. But I do sometimes use that if I'm not using my lav mics. But it is cool. Like I said, it's cool that it has that little mount for it. And then, of course, it also has the 1/4-inch thread as well. So if you can put it on a tripod if you wanted to. I know you can't see the thread right there, but trust me, it's a 1/4-inch. So it'll fit on any of these tripods and stuff. I like it. I think it's cool. What else? Football officially started. The Texans lost. I don't know what to say. Our season looks terrible. If this is the way our season's going to be, it looks terrible right now. Chiefs lost as well. Cowboys lost as well. Jets lost to Aaron Rodgers. That's funny. Marksy says it was going to be a wooden desk, a rug, some chairs. I want to go for a Godfather sort of feel. Okay, so speaking of chairs, I don't know if I have my other ones handy. I found that So this chair came with Claire Reddenfield or whatever her name is. I think it's Bro Toys that made it. This is a cool little chair, but it's not really 1/12 scale because her figure is not 1/12 scale necessarily. So it's like when you put a 1/12 scale figure in there, it looks like a little kid chair, or like a little chair that you would buy at Walmart for like $35 because you're like, it's not really that big, but it works. I do like the breakaway office chairs from the WWE series though. See, like, there's Jesus in the chair. It's weird. His feet don't touch, but if you look at the back, support is, it's decent, but it still looks really small. Like, it looks small for him. But the WWE breakaway office chairs, those are actually pretty good. I literally had one here, and I can't find it now. But the WWE breakaway chairs are good. Let's see. Mark C says, "Send me the links when you can. I'm gonna forget to search it up myself." Yeah, I'll send you the links, man. Johnson Ross says, "Go Jags." Whoa. Although y'all did win. Yeah, right. Y'all won today. Ugh, dang it, dude. The Colts won with Daniel Jones. Apparently he's like a superstar now. It's ridiculous. Dude by 9,000 says Michael Lonzo can do all that too. See, I haven't used Michael Lonzo. I have the one with the snoot. I don't know if you have that one. Mine has a snoot on it for some reason. But I also have to change the filters out. The light color, the color doesn't change on mine, which is what kind of disappointed me with them. Mark C says, "That's the saddest I've ever seen you." That's the saddest a lot of people have ever seen me, and I've been through a divorce, and that was the saddest right there. Olu says, "If history repeats it, the Bears will shame me tomorrow nationally." Oh man, dude, yeah, I don't know. I did a fantasy draft. I have 0 Bears on my team. Mark C says, "That's not bad actually." I don't know. It's to me, it's too small. Look, because it came with a set of 2. So I put the Joker on one. It's okay for skinnier figures. But like if you get like if you have a Marvel Legend, it's not gonna it just doesn't work. But the wrestling ones do. They do work. They look more plasticky, but I think you can buy them for like 2 for $20, I think, on Amazon. I think I like them because they're larger. Johnson Ross says, "She's working a 9 to 5 job." Mark C says, "I want to go for something older, more ornate, fancy. I saw a desk on multiple sites, but I'm not sure if the quality will be good. Like, I don't know if the paint has lead or not." Probably does. Actually, Big Bad Toy Store has a table and chair set it looks pretty decent. Man, I want to say it's $30 maybe, $40. I forget what brand it is. So I don't know the size of it, but it looks pretty nice though. If you're looking for something like that. Mark C says, "What Joker is that?" It is from what company made this Joker? Yeah, this Joker's dope, man. I like it better than the Felix Toys Heath Ledger Joker. This is a dope Joker. Um, is it Extreme Toys? I think it might be Extreme Toys. Let me Google it real quick. I think it's Extreme Toys, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Extreme Toys Joker. Yeah, Extreme Toys. Oh, it's on AliExpress right now. Yeah, I don't think you can buy it on many sites. So AliExpress has it. I doubt it's a bootleg because it's still high price. Well, it's higher price on AliExpress than what I paid. So I'm pretty sure that's a legit one. Marcy says, "I completely forgot about Big Bad Toy Store. I'm going to check it out." You know what? I forget I can just bring things up on here and show y'all these things. So let's show y'all what Big Bad Toy Store has. Big Bad Toy Store table. You know what's messed up? They had the Tabletop Museum King Tut, like half price. But I was like, man, I don't need that King Tut right now. Ooh, they got the Tabletop Museum Birth of Venus. Dang, I need that figure too. I don't know why I'm addicted to these Tabletop Museum figures, but I am. It makes no sense. I don't really even go to museums all that much. Dude, they got a Beast Kingdom dining table set for $30. That's actually pretty good. Okay, it's called Royal Card Table. Let me see. Let's go ahead and add. Where is it at? Browser. There we go. Browser 1, sure. this. Okay, here we go. Where's it? I'm trying to like look around everything. What in the world just happened? All right, y'all just look through. Don't pay attention to my face back here, okay? Um, this is the table. I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but that's a pretty cool one. Doom by 9000 says Hobby Lobby has miniature stuff I've used in pictures. You know what? When I go to Hobby Lobby, they don't have very much. My Hobby Lobby doesn't have very much. Michael's has more than Hobby Lobby that I've found. But yeah, Hobby Lobby is supposed to have. Hobby Lobby does have stuff. I just don't ever see it in person. Mark C says I looked up desk on BBTS. I'm seeing all I'm seeing are desktop anime girls. I don't understand anything. Look up Royal Card. Use my forehead to read the letters. Royal Card Table 1/12 scale accessory. I don't know what happened to the background of this webpage. Marcy says that Doom by 9000. Yup, I tried checking the one I frequent, but they changed the layout and downsized their options, unfortunately. Savage Saint says Entertainment Earth charged me my Game Reverse Wolby 2-pack on Friday. Looks like they'll be hitting earlier than expected. Nice. Oh yeah, I heard Big Bad Toy Store started charging for that too. With the Silver Surfer. That's a nice looking Wolverine. Y'all can't see my face. That's a nice looking Wolverine. Marcy says that's a good one. I like the chair. Olu says he pre-ordered this a while ago. Going to use it for the Mofex Gambit display. Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking chair. Mr. Jones had sent it to me when it first came up. I was like, man, that is a cool chair. And $30 is not bad for the two pieces that you get, considering how they look. I don't like that it says excludes tariff. That worries me. I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, that's a nice one. It's a nice little table. Alright. Now you can see my face again. Mark C says, look at my forehead. Yeah. That's right. Look at my forehead. No, but yeah, that's a nice one. Amazon also has a little, like, some nice fancy looking Victorian style couches. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but they do have some of that too. What else is there? I'm trying to think who else has tables. Well, I don't know necessarily tables, but I usually look at chairs. Mark C says these tariff exclusion disclaimers worry me. I don't know how bad they're gonna get. I have a figure on pre-order. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what about? Ugh. I can see it because what was it? Sexy Ice. Is that what it is? That the brand Sexy Ice? That like football player robot thing. That looks dope, but I'm like, man, what's the tariff gonna be? Olu has a good point. Toys makes good stuff. I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it, or if it's MMM Toys. But I do have a diorama from them. I got it cheap. Their stuff is all over the place. You can buy like a little diorama piece, and it might be like $30-$40. Or you can buy a little diorama piece, and it's like $120. I'm like, they're like SH Figure Arts. Their prices are all over the place. There's no, like, if you look at a Lego set and you're like, oh, this has 500 pieces, that's probably gonna be about a $25, $30 Lego set. You're like, oh, this has 3,000 pieces. All right, that's probably a $120 Lego set. Toys and SH Figure Arts prices are just all over the place. Obi-Wan Chingona says the Morpheus chair, right? Sorry if I missed someone else identifying it. Is that what that is? I didn't even realize that. Oh, you know what? You said the Morpheus chair, and I started thinking, the McFarlane, the Joker, Robert De Niro set. That has some nice chairs with it. If you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will gladly go look for it. McFarlane, a Robert De Niro set, the Joker. sets. It's expensive though. It's stupid expensive. Oh, actually, some website that I've never heard of has it on sale for a more manageable price. Once again, we go back to a big bad toy store. Oh, you know what? That looks cheap. Don't buy it. I'm gonna put it up here anyway, but don't buy it. Whatever you do, Marksy, don't buy this. Alright. This set right here. Again, for some reason see through. Just use my forehead. Joker DC Multiverse Deluxe Collector Set. I thought I remember it looking cooler. It doesn't. But yeah, it's $250 or $224.99 now because it's on sale. Dubai 9000 says, "Dang, my hobby lobby has a back corner for miniatures. The dollhouses are tempting. They are right. They are right. I gotta put my expressions down here. But I'm like, I have this other. What's it called? Lori girl or girl Lori or something like that. I don't know. I have this other little dollhouse that I picked up dirt cheap from Amazon. I've used it like 3 times. I want to use it more often. I just haven't. Marcy says, "Isn't that set wicked expensive? Like $200, $224.99." Dubai 9000 says, "Did you say Robert De Niro Joker?" I did. What I meant was Robert De Niro's figure from the Joker. I do want that Robert De Niro figure. I want that Robert De Niro figure. I want the Lucius Fox figure too, because I like Morgan Freeman. I like Robert De Niro too. And this looks really weird for me to be. I'll do it this way anyway. I want those figures, but man, I'm not ready to pay the prices that those figures cost. That's the bad part. I mean, that's the responsible Sonny decision right there. Marcy says, "Lay your head on my shoulders, but it's also use my forehead." Just use my forehead, everyone. But yeah, that's that set is not as impressive now that I'm looking back at it. It's cool. It's cool. It's not worth that price. Lucky Butter says, "I want that Joker set, but no thank you for that price. I'll stick with those vintage Batman sets that are much cheaper by Toddy Mac." Yeah, those are like what, $30 or something. But those I've seen them in person. You kind of gotta cheat them somewhat if you have a Marvel Legend figure because of their enormous size for 1/12 scale. Yes, yeah. Because the Batman 66, those figures are 6-inch, but they're actually 6-inch. What do you want? What do you want? You come over here to be nosy? That what you came up here for? Oh. I don't have a cat. I just have a dog that I can just like. Hold up, fool. I gotta raise up my chair so that it looks more sinister. Don't jump, okay? I'm looking for the thing. You lucky I can't find this lever food stamp. Alright, you want to say hi real quick? Say hi. Say hi. Alright. Say hi. Good. Alright, cool. Here, I'll put you back right here. Let's see. Marcy says, "I get the visual of that modern De Niro film where he plays a younger version of himself, but he's clearly older with dyed hair, but in full-on Joker makeup." I think he should have been the Joker in that movie. Marcy says, "Hi, food stamp." Yeah. What are you doing over there? That's not where you came from. There you go. All right. Sorry, she's learning English. Spanish is her first language. Dubai 9000 says, "Watching you bob and weave around behind the screen is cracking me up. I don't know why." Olu says, "Price is steep." It is, man. It's, yeah. I don't know anybody that owns it. Marcy says, "Oh wait, did that weird dude from last stream appear today?" No, he did not show up. Another new person showed up though. He was cool. Lucky Butter says, "I happened to grab them for $9 at Target on sale. I was super lucky to find them." Wait, oh, the sets? Oh, that's dope. Yeah, for $9, you can't pass that up, man. Yeah. Well, it's like I like the Batman 66 Batmobile, but it only fits SH Figuarts and Sentinel figures in it. That's the only drawback to it. I almost bought the Jokerized one because it was on Amazon for like $9 or something like that. But I was like, do I really need another 66 Batmobile? Not really. I just liked that it was Jokerized. I know a lot of people hate the Jokerized things, but I love the Jokerized things. Doom by 9000 says that lucky buddy, you grabbing the Superman sets. I missed out on the Batman sets. I was unaware that there were Superman sets. But yeah, the Batman sets look cool. I mean, especially if you have the 66 Batman figures. I do have Batman, Robin, and Joker of the 66 Batman. But the articulation is terrible, so I don't do anything with them, unfortunately. Oh, you know what another? Look, this is just McFarlane Appreciation Day. This figure is dope. I can't remember when he came out, but this is a dope figure. I like this one a lot. I know nothing about the character, but that's a dope figure. But yeah, I have a drawer with McFarlane figures, and I was like, I'm taking these things out. I'm looking at them right now. And that's why last live stream that Unicorn Doom Slayer was the picture. Um, Granted, the articulation on most of them is not. I mean, not on most of them. On some of them is not that great, and that's what people always judge them by. Speaking of the Batman, the Christian Bale Batman, also have the McFarlane version. I think I'm good with this one. I don't have Christian Bale's face, unfortunately, for it, but his whole face. I have his mouth, Christian Bale mouth, but I don't think I need the Mezco one. He did play a good Batman though, but I don't think I need the Mezco one, especially for the price. Olu says Tony and Ramen are making Knight Rider's kit. What? I have a friend who's obsessed with Knight Rider. I was at GameStop one day and I found the Transformers kit, and I sent him a text message. I was like, "Hey man," I sent a picture. I said, "Hey, you got this?" And that fool's mind was blown. He was like, "I didn't even know they made that, bro. Buy me all the ones they have there." I was like, "Calm down. They only have one." So I bought it for him, and then he went and snatched up like 4 more at different GameStops near him. He's obsessed with kit. In fact, he used to have a black Firebird Trans Am that he had the little kit bar on it, and then I think he totaled it. I'm not sure what he did with it. But yeah, he's had like 3 or 4 Firebirds since I've known him. Marcy says, anytime I look for something that's harder to find, once I give up searching, I'll be readily available. Mocking me even. Marcy says, Clock King. Yeah, the Clock King, he's cool. It's good for him. It's like, I like that figure. It's like he's like my nemesis too, because I hate deadlines and turning things in on time. Doomba 9000 says, isn't Tidy Mac doing the movie Superman set? Did I make that up? See, I didn't know about that one. I don't know. Olu says, can we see that clock fig again? Yeah, so this is the regular version. There's a platinum version that has his older style costume, but I actually prefer this one over that older style look. But yeah, it has a wired cape on it, and these 2 hands for the clock are his weapons. And his articulation is pretty good too. He doesn't suffer. This is what I like about when they put a belt on the figure, because then it doesn't look like that diaper look. Like, so many people complain about the diaper look. Like, we got Superman right here. He has that big, they're like, oh, it looks like a diaper. But when they put a belt on it, it no longer looks like a diaper. Look, even with the Christian Bale Batman, it does not look like a diaper since it has that belt on. But yeah, this is a cool figure. I like this figure. I like that they started putting the wired capes on the figures too. That's a very nice touch. Shout out to Todd McFarlane. And I will no longer say, McFarlane's are statues. Some of them are. The Wonder Woman figures that I have are more statuesque. The articulation is not that great, but some of them he knocks them out the park. And then like that lion Superman, it's a dope lion. The fact it's a lion, it's a good figure too. It's a good Superman figure. Doombot 9000 or Lucky Butter says Doombot 9000. This is the first time I've heard about them. I'll have to check them out. Lucky Butter says I do like that Tidy Mac did a Jokerized Joker. He leaned into the silliness and I appreciate it. Marcy says now the Clock King variant is a different character. I forget his name, but he's a Doom Patrol villain. Dr. Time maybe. He's the one with the mustache. You talking about the Platinum Edition, right? Let me see. I'm just gonna search on my phone. It's a lot quicker. McFarlane Clock King Platinum. Yeah, see that's the platinum version right there. Olu. I just like the one with the clocks all over him a little bit better. It would be cool to get that one because he has a big old clock head. Still says Clock King, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a good figure though. I'll say that it's a good figure. Duma 9000 says, "Ooh, I saw the Tiny Mac Collector's Edition Metron at my local Target. I want the chair, but I ended up grabbing the Mecha Metaluna Mutant instead." Oh, that's the one with the flying chair, right? Yeah, that guy looks cool. You almost called Doombot Doodog. I did not almost call him Doodog. We don't say that name here. I thought I just said it twice. Matlodge44 says, I just got the Hush Soups from Ross. I like. Oh, the Ross edition one. That's a dope thing that Tidy Mac did. He's like, you want the extra hands? You don't need the extra hands. Here you go. I haven't been into a Ross in a while. I haven't seen if we have them here yet. Thor got him. What's going on, man? Says, yeah, I couldn't collect these. The scale, the diapers, the ball joints. Y'all real ones for collecting these. I want to see what Mattel does. Hopefully bring back that scale back to 1/12 or 6-inch. I've said this before. I don't think Mattel's going to do a better job. Their wrestling figures are not 6-inch scale, or they're not 6-inch figures. They're still pretty large. Let's see. I'll pick up. But this is their, what is it? Not the Elite Edition. This is the upgraded one. I can't remember what they call it. Because the Elite ones, their articulation is terrible. But he's still in scale with McFarlane. And this is a Mattel 6-inch scale figure. So I don't think if they're going to stick with this size so that it lines up with the rest of their figures, I don't think we're going to see a 6-inch figure. The 6-inch ones that we did have were the Jurassic Park figures. And those were pretty clunky. So I feel like we're going to get this size McFarlane figures. And we're going to get that chest proportions right there as well. Speaking of diapers, he actually is wearing a diaper. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be... I don't think they're going to be game changing like some people are thinking. Marcy says, yeah, that's Dr. Time. Almost spelled like the spice. More closely related to the spice than the word time. Marcy says, I think McFarlane revealed the Batman with the Metron chair recently. Oh, maybe I'm thinking the wrong one then. Let's see, McFarlane, Metron. It's the platinum. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Yeah, he comes with that chair. It looks dope. But I don't like that he's charging more for the chair when that Lex Luthor came with a chair. You can still buy that one on Big Bad Toy Store for like $12. But it came with a chair and it was regular price. And so there was a Black Adam figure that came with a chair as well. Same price. Or I think that one might have been $5 more at the time. Doomba Nathan says, I want Metron's chair for Marvel Legends Thanos. I hope it fits. LOL. He doesn't sit down. Thanos doesn't. Like, I don't think you can. I don't know. They might be too wide of a figure to do. To sit down. Let me see. Oh, okay. So I don't know if he'll sit. So you're gonna have a hard time getting him to sit. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It might. Well, you know what? Don't pay attention to my chin, okay? I haven't shaved, if y'all haven't realized that. Let me get this chair right here. Up close and personal with the Sonny channel. Alright. So this is the chair that came with Lex Luthor. I painted it gold. See, he's too clunky to fit in there. I don't think it's gonna work. Don't let me deter you from buying it. And then the fact that he can't bend his elbows beyond 65 degrees. It might look weird. That's a heads up for you. It might work, it might not. I'm leaning more towards it might not. Thor Gotham says, I know they are trash, but I don't know. They might surprise. Maybe. Maybe. If they stick with the size of the Jurassic Park figures, but make them legit, maybe. But other than that, I don't have high hopes for them. Mark C says Mattel's 6-inch Jurassic World Amber Collection figures weren't bad. Definitely step up at the time when they lost the DC license. They're pretty bad. I don't like them. The elbows are too long. It's weird. You know what? I don't know where he's at now. I had the Dr. Ian Michael Black or whatever his name is. Ian? Jeff Goldblum. I had the Jeff Goldblum figure around here somewhere. I was messing with him the other day. It's not that good. I'm gonna say it's not that good. I'm not a big fan of it. Thor Gotham says, yeah, probably. Oof, I don't like the wrestling figures either. Get a license to Jada Toys. Jada would probably do pretty good with it. Or Storm Arena. Because, I mean, why not, right? They've done DC before. Dude 9000 says, and Mark C, I feel gross after reading the dude thing. I would never do that to you, Doombot 9000. Mark C says, although there's criticism about how Jada takes a while to put out figures ways, if they were to do DC, at least it would be good quality. I don't think they take that long. To be honest, I think Jada pushes out figures faster than anybody else at this point. Well, I take it back. McFarlane, since McFarlane has like a wave like every 3 weeks, it's ridiculous. I don't think Jada takes that long. Storm Collectibles takes a long time. Mezco takes a long time. Mafex usually hits on time, so I can't really say much about them. But yeah, I think there are. I don't think they take that long for Jada Toys. I mean, look, we got a ton of Mega Man already. Most of the roster for Street Fighter. Countless cereal got Tony Tiger, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry. The Scooby Doo ones are hitting now. Shaggy and the Mummy and that weird guy. So I don't think they take that long. Marcy says this got me thinking if 6-inch plus did a Thanos, and that made me think if they could make a red Hulk and gray Hulk. Dubai Nathan says I can use it in the background if he doesn't fit. That's probably gonna be what's gonna happen. Duma 9000 also says Mark C. Whoops. Mark C says Storm Arena doing the Injustice 2 rumored Injustice 3 figures. Well, there you go. So we might get them. Not the classic, probably, but we'll get them. But yeah, I don't know. It's I wish more lines worked well with each other. I feel like third party lines are the ones that work best with each other. Oh man. Sorry. Tired. Um Cause that Joker works nice with the Hush Batman and the Hush Nightwing. Works well with the D13 Jesuses. Uh Even what is that other one? Like this Miles Morales figure. Let me get him out real quick. Put that there. Like even this, I think scales better with. Well, I mean, he's a third party figure, but I think he scales better with third party figures than like a Marvel Legends figure would. Here's this Marvel Legends Thomas Hayden Church. God, if I can get his feet straight. There we go. There we go. And even this is the MCU, so it's a little bit smaller, but well, I guess he scales okay with him there. But he scales well with this Joker too. See? I don't know. I think the third party figures, I like that they're a variety of sizes. And then we have this Odious figure. He scales well with the Odious figure too. I don't know. That's just me. Of course, McFarlane never changes the size. One size fits all on his figures. Except for the little girl Robin, and then actually any of the Robins that are not Nightwing. I should say that. If it's a Robin figure, it's probably short. Mark C says Jada Toys did DC figures release their proportions for female characters wouldn't look weird. Still can't get over how the Mafex ones have sausage link arms and legs. Yeah, they look. I don't have any female Mafex figures because I'm like I don't like the way they look. I'm not gonna even entertain the idea. But yeah, this Miles Morales is pretty cool too. Like you could actually see like, oh man, he really is swinging through New York, through the Bronx, whatever. I just don't like the boots. The boots were a terrible idea. I don't know what they were thinking about putting a boot on them. Other than that, this is actually a pretty good figure. Marcy says, I found out that Thomas Hayden Church played Lobster Johnson in one of the modern Hellboy movies. Unintentional segue to boss fight Hellboy figures that are pretty expensive. You know... Oh, no, it's not boss fight. I'm thinking of... I was like, you know what else is too expensive? It's not boss fight. It was Loose Collectors, what I'm thinking. I didn't know he played a character in there. Of course, he was in Idiocracy. He played the CEO of Brondo. Which is why I got his figure. When it went on sale. It went on pretty deep discount. I picked it up. But yeah, he played the CEO of Brondo. He was Lowell in Wings. If you're an older person like me, you probably saw it because there was nothing else on late at night. So you're like, I guess I'll watch Wings. Marcy says, that kind of reminds me of that 1/6 classic Iron Man figure with the seamless arms and legs. I don't do 1/6, but it looks... You know, 5K Toys has a 1/6 figure that is like pretty cheap. Oh. Yeah, I want to get them, but I don't do 1/6. I can't do 1/6. I didn't even get those Storm Collectibles 1/6 characters of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Noob Saibot. I love Mortal Kombat. Those look amazing, but I couldn't do them. They're 1/6. Duma 9000 says, I hate how all those rubber suits look. The seam line is too distracting. Yeah, it is. Especially because it looks like I did it myself. Like Butter says, I like the Mofex Catwoman they did, but it was strange. Her joints seemed much more limited compared to the male figures. I feel like female figures in general are more limited than male figures, except for Rebel Tech. They're like, whatever, you can still do whatever you want. Because I have that Catwoman. That Catwoman is dope. That is a good figure, too. And then I also have the Rebel Tech Harley Quinn. She's a good figure, too. Lucky Butter says, I'll admit some of the bodies used for the loose collector, live field, and other video game figures look good. It's like jaded toys, but expensive, I guess. Yeah, he has those other two that came out. They look nice, but I'm like, nah, that's a bit much. I don't know if I can't see myself doing that much for those figures because they look like, I hate to say it, but they look like glorified Marvel Legends, and everybody gets mad and Marvel Legends ups their price, but I'm like, but then you're ready to pay that much for this one? Oh, it's a smaller company. It doesn't really matter to me. I feel like they're making way, either they're paying too much at cost or they're trying to make way too much profit. I mean, shout out to them if they do and be successful. That's dope. But I just feel like it's a bit much. Like Butter says, loose collector figures have great proportions, but the QC issues and prices kind of turns me away. Plus, I don't like the single joints. Yeah, at that price, that's my one gripe with Mythic Legions. You're paying a good price for a premium figure, you're getting single joints, and that's not cool. Savage Saint says, I just opened the Tidy Mat Deathstroke. I've had it in the box for years. Should have left it there. Oh, is that the one that Wade hates from Unparalleled Universe? I think that's the one. Yeah, that one supposedly sucks really bad. They have a new one though. The new Deathstroke is supposed to be pretty nice. But it's a premium platinum whatever, so you're gonna pay a little bit more for it. Duma Natan says those loose collector cryptids though. I know, man, they're about to have a Chupacabra, and I'm like, dang it. I wanted a Chupacabra figure. I wanted one so bad. I got one of those weird anglerfish figures. Not because it looks like a Chupacabra, but just because it looks crazy looking. Mark Z says something that I'm also feeling in my gut. So tempted to get the LPZZ Deathstroke. That Deathstroke does look nice. If you got a Mark Z, I would not blame you for it. Hey, I kind of like this little walk of his. I should not have told y'all that. Because one of y'all might be like, that walk looks stupid. And now y'all going to judge me on that. No, I think I'm going to do a bunch of bad posing and post it on Instagram. Just for the algorithm. Just to be like, hey guys, look at my pose. And the algorithm will be like, man, he's trying. Let's go ahead and send this to everybody he knows. Oh, man. Alright. I made it to 12 a.m. Great job. Me. Central Standard Time. I know some of y'all up in New York are like, it's 1 a.m. fool, we're tired. I don't think tired is a word. Y'all are crazy for saying that. I realize I put those words in your mouth. Duma 9000 says, I want a Mothman. That would be the chef's kiss. I think that's what they're supposed to have next. I know that they did mention for sure they were going to have a Mothman. I want Richard Gere so he can play his character in Mothman. Prophecies. That would be cool. Then I can put him with a hooker and be like, hey, he's a pretty woman. Alright, let's do a recap here. Loose collector, expensive, look nice. They got the cryptids. Mayonnaise and Miracle Whip are not the same. Provolone cheese goes on everything. Swiss cheese is a ripoff because you lose pieces of cheese because of the holes. Bacon makes everything better. I threw that in. I mentioned bacon earlier. Mezco Batman, overpriced. Want a better price? Entertainment Earth is your friend. Toyco on Facebook is your friend, and Big Bad Toy Store is your friend. Um, SH Figure Art Spider-Man looks dope. Love the colors. Lucky Butter says, I'm looking forward to that new Harley Quinn figure from Rebel Tech. I heard the old Harley was really good, so I'm even more excited for the new one. I have the one where she has roller skates and like what is she wearing? I have a Rebel Tech Harley Quinn. It's pretty nice. Mark C says, even though I tried to avoid non-comic or multiversal variants for characters, Deathstroke is an exception. Dudes of Blainer things Kent Pool collects in the comics. Oh, Blainer things. That's the guy. Oh yeah, I don't know what happened to Kent Pool. But, oh, you know what? I was like, where's my phone? We're gonna see what his what is it called? Not viewer count. Follower count is. See if it went down. Can't Pool collects. Oh, he still has 2,600 followers. It looks like he gained a few from all of his issues. We'll call them. Man, Clockwork, you coming in right at the last minute. What's up, man? Oh, raw dogging and dry rub. That's right. We did mention that. Mark C. Mrs. Bacon. Do my 9,000. What? When did we talk about SHF Spidey? I mentioned it, and then I couldn't remember if it was SHF or Mofex, and by the time I found it, we moved on. We totally moved on with a different conversation. Yeah, that Spider-Man looks dope, though, man. The fact that he'll pair up nicely with all the Gamerverse figures from Hasbro. Yeah, it's nice. Mark C says, I really want Rebel Tech to make a classic Harley out of the old Harley body. That's what I was wanting. I wanted that too. I want that classic look. The only classic Harley Quinns that I have are the deceased figure and some, I think the Arkham Asylum figures, but that articulation is terrible. I picked that up off of somebody on Facebook, and they're like, yeah, it's amazing. I was like, it's not. Clockwork Gorgie finally came in. Mark C says, I mean, do creeps like them really go away? Unfortunately not. Yeah, that's true. They don't. What else do we talk about? McFarlane figures are pretty good. That's the new consensus. Mattel's gonna destroy DC figures with their weird figures. I think that's about it. We spent a lot of time on mayonnaise. Like Butter says, new Rebel Tech Harley's on Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, I think it's like $100. Marcy says, I have the Mofex Harley, but like I said, sausage link proportions. She's a little bit tall for my liking. She's almost eye to eye with Batman Nightwing. See, I didn't like the Mofex Psylocke. And then I kind of judged all the female figures off of that one. I was like, nah, I don't want them. New 9000 says, I don't usually get doubles of figures, but I ordered 2 SHF Spidey. What? Let me get another. What? That's cool, man. Savage says, I got a dip. Thanks, Sunford. Have a good week, fellas. Me too. My eyes are getting lower and lower as I speak. Mark says, you're going to make me look for Duke's mayonnaise on my next grocery trip. That sounds awful. Don't do that. But anyways, thank y'all, everyone. I will have one more Sundays with the Sonny channel in 2 weeks, because I still have my Mondays teleworking or working from home. Join me that Monday, and then we'll figure out what live streaming is going to look like going forward in October. But thank you, everyone, showing up. Savage Saint, Mad Logic 44, Mark Rose, Mark C, Clockwork Gorgie came in to the last minute. Lucky Butter doing about 9,000. Who else do we have here? We had Olu popped through. Olu came through. Johnson the Ross came through. Rick Jones was here. Your boys got toys. Shout out to everybody who joined tonight. Y'all have yourselves a great week, and we'll see y'all next time. Oh, Clockwork Gorgie says I have very little SHF. I have a ton of anime, SHF anime. I don't have a clue what the animes are. Um, but yeah, they make amazing anime figures. Oh dear, oranges are coming. Or changes are coming. Oh, these are oranges. Alright, man, I'm tired. I saw oranges. Then that means this will be my last one. Doombot 9000. This will be the last Sundays with the Sun channel. It's going to switch up because I won't be doing it on Sunday nights anymore. But we'll figure it out. We'll get through this together, everyone.